Okay guys, welcome back, and in this part we're going to be adding some more assets to our scene. So if we head back over to 3D Sky, and if we find these frames here, so we've got two, well, I'm going to be using these two. They're very nice and I really like them. So we've got a New York bridge, and we've also got this lovely, I think it's an Aston Martin, I just think it is. Doesn't actually say, but I hope it is. So just with 3D Sky as well, you only get 3 models per day. If there's more assets you want to load in, if you want to add something else you might want to add in that you like, then you would have to wait. I think it might be 12 hours or maybe a bit more, but it's definitely not a full 24 hours. And you can add some more and you get 3 models per day. So I'm going to use these two, and I'm probably going to hopefully just change them up a bit with the colours. So I'll probably try and make them black and white. I really like the style of a black and white photo, kind of similar to this one. This is just my portfolio, just an example. So the reason I'm adding photos, so you can see here, just it adds some more realism to the room. This is a cinema room that I created for a client, and they wanted some movie posters added in, so I did these ones. We've got James Bond, The Matrix, The Dark Knight. I think they're all Star Wars, but you get the idea. It does add a lot more to the room as well. Okay, so let's head back to this and we'll download. So if you get that into your scene, guys, and then we'll recap in the scene. So once you've got your 3D file open, we're actually missing a texture, so we'll use relink bitmap. We'll just select it to our 3D assets downloader file and just click relink. And that's still not showing. Let's just take a look. Okay, there we go. So the actual file was missing for some reason, so that's sorted. So what I want to do with these is just add a color correction. And so I just want to take the saturation out of that one, and also this one. So I can just copy that, delete that, and put the map in there. And show material. So what we also want to do is just change the frame color. So I just want, so for these I don't actually want any reflect, so I'm just gonna zero that, maybe like a tiny bit, and then bring this down. Let's turn that off. Okay, that's fine. So that should be the same on these as well. That's it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I just want these two. And guys, if you want to take any other of these images, then that's fine. So if you just copy them So you just copy them and then import them into your other scene. So with our frames, so let's get them organized and put them in the suitable place. So we'll take this picture of New York and we'll put that on. So we'll get that nicely against the wall. And a nice little trick with this is also just to show it's kind of hanging off the wall, is just to tilt it maybe by 1, put it around there. So it looks like it is hanging off the wall. So if we just jump into wireframe, so as you can see, it's like it's hanging on the wall. So it's got a nice gap there. We take our second one, put on this wall. Actually just gonna shrink it down a bit. Just get that up a bit. Let's make sure they're actually the same height. Again, just slightly turn it. Just going to move that one there. So we've got some nice artwork in our scene now. It's looking really nice. So now we should get some blinds in. In the next tutorial you should have a 3D file with some blinds. They're just standard. I mean, they're more like shutter blinds that are more of a fabric, so that's what we'll be using. So you'll find them in the next tutorial. Okay guys, if you open up your blinds file and if you bring those blinds into the scene, so simple process like we did before. Just let that load in. Okay, so as you can see, we've got our blinds here. So we jump into F3. If we drag these to our window and get to there. Now we've already got an FFD on top of this. So the point of an FFD is just to basically stretch the whole thing without going into every single poly. It's very easy to use. If it's not already on the model, just add it on top, and it's basically just going like that. It's around there. Let's just bring that one to around the same. And then if we just bring that in. And obviously it's just very simple blinds to add in. There's not much to it, to be fair. And if we just turn our camera around, oops, it's going a bit loopy. So we've got some nice blinds in now. Just zoom out. So now we've got some nice blinds in, let's just take a quick look, see how it looks. Yeah, that's looking really good. You can see the nice detail. It's looking really good. Okay guys, for the next part I'm going to give you a second assignment, just like the first one. So I gave you a first one where it was to go make some plug sockets and light switches. For this one I want you to make some radiators. So if we head over to a site called Best Heating, there's loads and loads of radiators to pick from. I'm going to suggest making something similar to these ones. I'm just going to put a radiator in that I've already got, but I'd really like to see you guys model some of these. They've got all the measurements. So if you look at the chart, and you can see the measurements for everything. You also have the option to go to 3D Sky and download some radiators if you want. And remember, this project's unique to you, so it doesn't matter if it looks different. So if you go and do that, or if you have another website where it's better measurements and stuff, usually you will find some radiators on this website with a different kind of layout to the to how to measure it. They usually have from there to there with the measurements, or across. So if you can find them, that's great. But again, if it would be similar to these ones that I would have on the wall, and we'll be putting them, well, one across here and then one next to the door as well. So yeah, so guys, if you go and model them, and I'll see you in the next one, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so once we've got our radiators, and if you're happy with the radiators you made, we can add them to the room. So for this one, we'll put next to the door. Make sure your angle snaps is on. Let's put that a bit more to there. Perfect. For this one, we'll pull it under the window ledge. Jump into F3. You want to get it around the same height as well. Now, if you want to know the measurements for this one, it was around 160 centimeters. I'm actually just going to put this a bit higher. and try and get it there. So yeah, it's 160 centimeters just to fit quite nicely under the window ledge. So just make sure that's even around that. Let's jump back into our mode there. Yeah, it's looking very nice. So our room's starting to look more populated now, which is great. It's really, really good. So the next part, again, this is for you guys, so it would be good as well to test yourself to populate your scene more. I'm going to populate the scene more with just some more assets I've got in my collection. So guys, I'm going to populate the scene a bit more with some more assets that I currently have. Again, if you want to go on 3D Sky and download some more assets, I'm just going to add a lamp in, some books over here, and maybe some sort of desk with a chair as well in the corner here. And then we should be ready to hit those final stages. So yeah, so I suggest having a look around, try and get the feel for what you like. And don't worry, as I said, if it doesn't look the same, it's not about looking the same, it's about getting that nice image for your portfolio that you feel comfortable with. I mean, again, you can just add, I mean, if you don't want to add what I add, that's absolutely fine as well. You can just add some books and just one lamp or maybe two lamps on each side. And yeah, we'll go from there. See you in the next one. Okay guys, welcome back. So I've added some more objects into our scene and just placed them around. So we've got a phone, got a nice clock, got some books, just a few storage boxes. I've also got a gaming chair and a desk setup with a computer and a nice cup of tea or coffee and a pair of headphones. Now this is all from just one pack from 3D Sky, which I just had in my library. Something I purchased quite a while ago, so I just thought I'd add it into the scene, just make use of it. And for anyone wondering which pack it is, it's this pack. It actually comes with a computer, but I decided not to put the computer in the scene. Just desktop stuff. The thing with 3D Sky, you have to buy 2 packs, so you can get this and another pack. I think it would cost you $14 altogether, which I think it's like, maybe it could be like £12, something like that. Yeah, so you can get this and you can get another pack. I advise if you're going to buy something else, buy something with a lot of stuff in it like this, a multi-pack or something, and then you're getting your money's worth. Obviously you can get some high poly models, which is good, so yeah, I advise getting something quite similar. Okay, so what we're going to do now, as I mentioned in the past, we're going to create just a small opening here with this door here, and we're just going to show a little bit of a nice detail with like an open door with just like a little showing into another room. So all we need to do is just create a box, well not a box, yeah, we go for a box, and if we just slide this up. Make sure you got these on guys, your angle snaps and your snap toggle. And if we just convert that to an edit poly, just snap that to there, snap that to there, and we can also just make sure it gets into the line. So just go into F3, that's perfect, F3 again. Just want to extrude that to there. And then if we open up our material editor, then just copy that room texture onto there, select the UVW map, copy it, paste it, and then that's that done. So if we jump back into F3, and if we ungroup this door, and if we select the door handle, the slides on the door, and also that, group that together, just call it door to open. And if we affect the pivot only and move the pivot only to the corner, so get it around the corner to there, and then if we go into our select and rotate, which hasn't moved, there we go, has moved now, and if we slightly open that to around, so if we go into our camera 2 and just go into our room and just have a look slightly, maybe around there, just show like a little opening, adds that nice bit of detail. And don't worry, there's not going to be much light blasting through this because we're not going to need it to. So they're going to actually might just close it a bit more. There we go, that'll do. And then guys, it's just simple as just creating another box and just adding a ceiling and just making sure there's nowhere opening. So just go like that. That doesn't want to snap for some reason. And if we just call that ceiling 3, call that room 2, and that should be sorted. Now you got a nice bit of detail into another room. Where, I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to add a light in there. Just add a bit of extra detail. Maybe you can make some shelving in there. It's up to you. That's completely fine. And just an update on the carpet itself. I've done some updates on it, so I'll just open up that fully. Just going to drag that over there. And on the noise map, I've added the size of 5, a height of 1, a phase of 2.5. So if you want to implement these settings into your setting, that's great. Color correction, it's on 20 for the RPG, sorry, for the RGB, and for the glossiness it's on 48, the reflect is on 40, and the sheen gloss is on 0.76, and the color selection is on 102. So if you want to put those settings in, it just gives us a really nice look at the carpet. So as you can see guys, here's our carpet with a render test I did, and it looks a lot better, and it looks how I want it to look with that kind of carpet where you got all the darkness patches on it. So it looks really nice. And here you can see just some of our render with these assets in the scene, which they look very nice. So for our last two bits that we want to put in, so I'm going to add a picture over here because it just looks a bit empty over here, and I'm also going to add a lampshade probably 2 lampshades on each side of the bed. And I'm also going to add in a lampshade on each side of the bedside tables. So for our lampshade, we're going to download this one, which is a lampshop.ru and L5098 table lamp brown. Is it brown? It's brown or brown? I don't know. One of them. So this one comes in V-Ray plus Corona. So we're going to download this one. I'm just going to change the gold to a chrome just to match the handles and the chrome in the texture, because it'll just look a bit odd if it's gold. So I'm just going to change those gold parts. So if you download this model, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay guys, so now I've got our lampshade. As you can see here, it's outside the scene, and it comes with a nice little wire. So for this part, I'm just going to delete that wire. It's up to you guys if you want to keep that wire in. It's just I can't really do much with it. Only because it's not set as a spline. So if we grab our lamp, which fits really nicely on top of our bedside table, and we just lift that up to around there. And I'm just gonna adjust that height a bit, just to bring it down a bit. Actually, just let her. Just give it a bit less height. Maybe around there, that'll do. And if we just hide that, textures for it, let's see what's going on with it. So we want to find, oh, there it is. So all we want to do with the gold parts is change this, just make that like that, and just have a play around with what you feel comfortable with. Probably go for that. That should do. Just mess around with the gloss a bit. Don't think that needs to be as high. Go for a value of 20. And that should be okay. Okay guys, so once you've got your V-Ray gold sorted, let's just actually change that to V-Ray silver. Once you've got your V-Ray silver sorted on your lampshade, it should be good to go. So just want to go into F3 and hide all, and just do the same onto the other side, just so we've got matching ones. And just make sure, if you have downloaded those assets as well, just make sure nothing's colliding, and that should be okay. Okay, so now we want to get a painting in just for this wall. So what we could do, because we've already got 2 frames in, we can actually just duplicate this, move it across, turn that all the way around. I'm just going to actually center the pivot, turn that all the way around, put that onto the wall there, just so we're using a matching frame, to be honest. I mean, you guys can get on 3D Sky and get another frame if you want, of something different. And what I'm going to do, just let that save. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to find another photo. I'm just going to go on Google Images and find a photo of something that I like. Just something to put in the room. Probably something new, maybe something New York or something, and then add that photo in. So guys, I've decided to go with this one. It's a nice cutout of New York. You can see the bridge, see the Empire State Building and the Freedom Tower as well. And it gives you a really nice look of New York. I'm not from New York, I really like New York, if anyone's ever been. And you can also see, I think that is the Statue of Liberty. I think it is. Very hard to make out. Must be. So yeah, so we'll add this into our scene. So I'll show you how to do that. So guys, that's the photo we added. So if we just go into textures and select that one, and what we want to do is just drag that down there, and we just want to make a copy. So if we select the whole thing, should have that one, and just select that. And all we need to do is just select that and just go assign. So